my friends, and welcome to the My Deck Showcase for the Synchro Exceed Festival. My name is Joshua Wenninger, and first of all, I'll go over this notification and just going over a little bit of the new missions for the Synchro Exceed Festival. So, what are the new missions here? I'm not sure. Oh, here's the additional missions. So that's all you really need to know here. That like they added win a duel and activate a spell card, which should be easy enough. Just make sure you aren't always playing like a control deck that has like 0 spell cards, and you should be able to get it done fairly quickly. And if you don't have if your best decks are all control decks like that, then all you gotta do is play the Swordsoul deck, because again, that's a really good deck and that has plenty of spell card activations. And it even has trap card activations. That I'm not sure if there's a trap card mission, but hey, it also gets that done too. So the only thing it doesn't get done is the Exceed Summon mission. Yeah, so new accessories, pretty cool to go with the Spellcaster structure deck, the Spellbook structure deck. Not too bad. Although I don't think I will. You know what? I think what I'll do. Well, actually, no, I don't think I might. But maybe later I'll buy the structure deck. Anyway, see, I just need to get 3 more spell cards activated, and see, I need to exceed summon 10 more times. Pretty easily done. Like, you just play a deck that focuses more on Exceed Summoning. And if you don't have a deck, you could play the Exceed Summon. I mean, you could play the Jolly Ghost Trick. I think, though, the better option would just be to play the Pendulum deck. Though the Jolly Ghost Trick deck might get you some quick Exceed Summons. I just don't know if you should really be expecting to win a whole bunch. I think it's a... What I want to say about it, I think it's a really hard deck to pilot, but I guess if you do know how to pilot it, then maybe it could be pretty good. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not the best judge of that, but maybe someone who is could tell you. I got a few daily missions done. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to say. So apparently they added where you could get daily missions done through the festival. So that's actually a really nice change, because I remember that wasn't always like this. I think this is the first festival where they did include this. That's really nice. But I don't think they mentioned anything. But still, not bad. I like that. So for those of you who didn't realize, now you can. Not bad. So yeah, I'll go over the my deck here. First I'll do the play with the Swordsoul deck. I want to show you how good it is. Yeah, so let's play this, and I'll also show you basically the lines you take. I think this deck is also the easiest lone deck to pilot, because the plays are basically the same every time. I know that that is annoying to some people, but I really like it when like a lot of the plays are similar. For when I'm trying to get stuff done quick, so I don't have to remember a lot of different lines, because then I tend to take a bit longer. Like in smaller tournaments, like something like that might be okay, or like when I'm only trying to when I don't really care about winning a whole bunch a day. But like since I'm trying to get through this festival, I want to get my 5 wins a day as quick as possible, so I can get to the end. Before the end date, get the last reward. This is like the deck I most like playing for that. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll activate Swordsoul Emergence. I think I like saving the Incredible Ecclesia when I can, because she can be special summoned later by simply my opponent controlling more monsters than I do. Which is pretty nice, because that means that now my as long as my opponent controls more monsters, it's okay if I have a few monsters. As long as my opponent controls more, I can still special summon it. So that's okay, because now what I can do is I can know some of the Ecclesia and get my plays going anyway. So it really doesn't matter too much. Unless they have another Ash Blossom. But actually, no. The thing about Ash Blossom is it's a hard once per turn, so that's pretty nice. Oh, they have an infinite permanence too. But I can just chain to it. That's pretty cool. I can just chain to the activation. And I get my summon anyway. So I'll go ahead and summon the Moye. I think you almost always want to get the Moye instead of the Taya. Because this one gets you a draw. And a draw is really nice. I'll go ahead and get the Swordsoul Emergence. I guess I'll show that one. Okay, and now, what level 8 you want to go for is, if you're going first, you usually want to go for this one, because this one is more of a going second card. Because this is for like when you want to spin opponent's cards back. And with the Taya, see, in a case like this, it would have been better to do Taya if I knew I was going for Baxia. Because all of the Swordsoul tokens are always water. And if you summon out the Taya, since using 2 different attributes, now you can spin 2 different cards your opponent controls. Unless they only have specifically one, then still better going for Moye. So I just wanted to explain that a little bit. So I'm going for the... Oh yeah, and also I'm going for the Grandmaster. And then also, this video will be a bit longer as well, because I think it's good to make these like special event videos a little bit longer, because they're limited time, and I want to show you as much as I can. And it just makes it easier if I make the videos a bit longer, like triple the length of like my normal videos. That's the only reason I do that. Ooh, I got the Monster Reborn, not too bad. And now I can add a card to my hand. I almost never just banish a card because I feel like it's better to add a card to my hand. I always like going for the Blackout, because Blackout is really nice with... I'm going to show you the monster that's really nice with. I'm going to be going into that pretty soon. But yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, I already activated Swordsoul Emergence. So I'm just going to discard the Emergence with this. I mean, I get rid of the ad, but I think that's okay, because Blackout is such a good card. I'm going to show you why it's such a good card. Okay, so now I go for a Swordsoul Supreme. So now this is the reason why Blackout is such a good card, because it would normally destroy one of your worms and destroy 2 of your opponent's cards, but with Swordsoul Supreme, you can target your Swordsoul Supreme and then 2 of their cards, and you can just activate Swordsoul Supreme in response before it gets destroyed, and then instead of it being destroyed, you just banish a Swordsoul card from your graveyard instead. So that's really cool. Especially since that effect is even once per turn. So like, even if you do remove a card, like to protect it from your own Blackout, you still have more activations of that effect later on against your opponent's stuff. So it really doesn't matter if you like are using on your own card. So also another thing I think like that could like help improve the deck a little bit would be maybe like Torrential Tribute, since because he can go against Torrential Tribute as well. Or maybe some other cards that like where like you destroy one of your own cards, destroy like some of your opponent's cards. Although I'm not sure. I mean, Blackout is already a really good effect. This kind of reminds me of like a reverse 2-pronged attack, but instead of like where you destroy... Is that also destroy one of your cards to destroy two of your opponents? I'm not sure. It might be to destroy two of your cards to get rid of one of your opponent's cards. There's the... It's only gonna get rid of that. Luckily, you didn't go for the back row. I mean, that might still be pretty good. I'm not gonna activate the effect, though. I don't want to negate my own Swordsoul Supreme Changing's effect. Oh, man, the Kaiju. See, the Kaiju does out it, though. Man. Okay, well. Actually, I guess what I could do is I could, activate Waterfall. Yeah, I'm gonna activate Waterfall. Here's what I can do. So I'll activate Waterfall to add a one monster from my deck to my hand. And then I can add the guy that way contribute something special, summon himself out. Which is this guy. So then I contribute the Kaiju to give me the one I needed for Blackout. So if my opponent tries summoning something else. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for this play. Offer this as a tribute. To then special summon this out. And now whatever my opponent summons, I can always just like black out their two cards. So that's pretty good. So they add that to the hand. Which, I mean, they can know some of that without tributing, but what's that really going to do? That does do something. I have blackout. Yeah, I think the awesome thing about this deck is there's just so many ways it can win. And now I have the Monster Reborn, so I can just go for my plays again. And what's nice is I can just special summon Moye, and Moye has the effect that lets me like reveal one of my Swordsoul cards in my hand, and then I can go for my two plays again. So it's better that I do that instead of one of the synchros. I could also go for Ecclesia and then use her again, but I think I'm just gonna do Moye. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do Moye. And now I can activate the Moye. See, and then, yeah, this is another great thing about it, because like even if you lose your board, you can still rebuild it. There's still ways you can rebuild it, so that's pretty nice. So I'll go for the Swordsoul Grandmaster thing first. So I'll go ahead and summon it right here. And then I can activate this. I always want to chain block the one that directly adds, because like if I miss out on the draw, that's not as big of a deal. So I think this is also a pretty good beginner deck, because it like it can help teach beginners quite a bit, quite a few mechanics. It has quite a few mechanics built into it. So I'll go ahead and add the... Yeah, I'll add the Emergence. Or I could just simply add the Swordsoul Sacred. I think I might as well do this one. Yeah, I'll just add the Swordsoul Sacred thing. So now I can do this one. And this right here will be game. But yeah, this thing has been crazy. Like, it's been getting me wins so quickly. And I've been winning it against, like, so many meta decks. I've been winning even quite a few times against even the Swordsoul meta deck that's, like, supposedly built in a better way. So it's crazy. Other decks I've been with this deck are Virtual Worlds, which isn't a bad deck either. I've been winning, I think I won a game against Dinos, Synchrons. I mean, as long as you're, like, able to, like, keep them from being able to bring out the really big plays, like, you can win pretty easily against a lot of these decks. And even if they're, like, if they get rid of their board and they're able to build a huge board afterwards, then, like, just concede. I mean, there's no penalty for conceding. Besides, like, maybe not getting a few of the missions, but, I mean, you probably don't need to worry too much about the missions. I mean, I've been doing a pretty good job getting the missions done, even with my conceding. So, anyway, what I'll do now is I'll show you, this is a pretty good deck for, like, if you, like, still need to get Exceed Summoning done. And there's, like, of course, better cards you can add to it. Like, you could add one. Like, you could play 3 Thoroughblades if you want. You could play, the Side-Frame Gear Gamma and the Side-Frame Driver. Like, supposedly that's supposed to be, like, the second best hand trap, at least in the TCG. So I think that would probably still hold true for this game. But this is just kind of a deck I copied from someone who was also playing Zoodiacs. And I just changed a few cards. Like, I didn't have the Side-Frame Gear Gammas. I didn't feel like crafting those. I was thinking about Token Collector, but I think Nibiru is actually the better card. Because, like, I think Nibiru stops Swordsoul about as well as Token Collector would. And it's good against other decks, too. So I think Nibiru is just good. I mean, you could maybe, like, even run 3 if you had a third. But I don't have a third here, so I'm just gonna run 2. So yeah, maybe a runner, like, and then you could just, like, basically, like, use whatever hand traps you do have. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, you might even be able to take out the Thoroughblades if you don't have them, if you wanted to make the Zoodiac deck a little bit more budget. But I think the extra deck cards here are kind of important. Like, Baguska, you probably don't even really need to, like, run. Like, I would just fill in gaps. You could probably run whatever, like, level 4 exceeds you do have. But I think the Trident and the Arsenal Zeus are, like, pretty important cards. Like, this is pretty much a main play. Like, Trident for, like, the quick effect destruction, and AA Zeus if you don't have, like a ton of, like, board advantage. So I think these two are very important. But yeah, it's still a pretty budget deck. Like, you could always, like, just take out a lot of the URs. But I think, like, Tanky is also somewhat important. Though maybe you could take that out if you didn't have them. So yeah, you could probably definitely make this a lot more budget if you wanted to. There's plenty of good, like, budget cards. Like, Lost Wind is a pretty good budget card. Paleozoic Dimiscus is a pretty good budget card. Those are both rares. Anyway, let's go into it. And the reason why Zoodiac works so well for the Exceed Summoning is because you don't only need to have one Zoodiac monster in order to go into a whole bunch of their Zoodiac Exceeds. So you can, like, easily... So I can probably easily get, like, all 10 summons done in, like, 1 or 2 duels. You can probably get 5 Exceed summons a duel. At least. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, another card you could run is that Pot of Avarice. I'm gonna check to make sure that that's not on the ban list here, but I don't think it is. But yeah, actually Pot of Avarice would also be a very good card too. Oh, and then that Drill Bee Vespanano, whatever it's called, the one that looks like a mechanical bee that's, like, rank 6, that you can, like, exceed on top of a rank 4, and that does piercing damage. That's also another good exceed. I just didn't have that one either. So this is pretty good to have the lightning storm. Oh yeah, but the thing about lightning storm is like you get at least one for free just by buying the bundle. So you might as well like buy the bundle so you can get one for free. And then you can also like use your solemn judgment that you get from the bundle as well. And like the Nibiru that you get from a bundle. You get some pretty nice cards from bundles. And they're all like a pretty good value for your gems. I really like that they didn't cost money, because it could have easily cost money to get these bundles, but they decided not to. Like I remember in Duel Links, all of those like nice card bundles where you're guaranteed a card, they all cost money. But in this game they don't. So I'm gonna do the Ash Blossom to disallow this search. Call by the Grave anyway. At least it gets rid of the Call by the Grave though. So it's not the worst thing ever. Let's see what they add. Probably a Swordsoul. This is probably... I think usually if you see Waterfall, it's probably going to be Swordsoul. Yeah, Moye. Yep, Swordsoul, I knew it. Though you can tell it's not the lone deck because the lone deck does not play Call by the Grave. Oh wait, no, the lone deck does play Call by the Grave, so this could be the lone deck. I'll go ahead and do the tanky. So I'll go ahead and add Ram maybe. Oh, actually I should probably add the Thoroughblade. I think it's still worth it for the draw, even though Whiptail's a pretty good card, but I can always get it back through my Zoodiac shenanigans. Yeah, so I can discard this to draw a card. Nice. It's another Thoroughblade. Let's see here. So I'll go for the Hammer Kong first. Might as well. So that's one. And then I'll go for the Tiger Mortar, which allows me to equip a Zoodiac monster from my graveyard to the Zoodiac. So I'll do that so I can trade out the Hammer Kong for the Whiptail. So that's why I went into Hammer Kong first. Cool. And now it has 2900 attack, which is pretty cool. And then I can go for Shakanine. No, I'm not gonna special summon. The thing about Shakanine is even if you special summon and exceed, you can't use it to rank up into anything else. So you may think like, oh, I can just do the Shakanine and then I can rank up using that new exceed from the graveyard, but you can't because it specifically says you can't use it cannot be used as material for an exceed summon. But even with that, it's still a pretty powerful fact being able to get a special summon out. So now what I can do here is go for the Trident. I mean, I could attack directly and then put the Trident in defense position. But I think I'd rather get the Zeus. I think I'd honestly rather get the Zeus. Destroy... Oh crap, I forgot you can't destroy face-up cards. You know what, it's okay though. Crap. It's okay. Because I just... Yeah, this only destroys face-up cards. I forgot about that, but it's okay. I won't be able to deal my opponent any damage now, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, let's just attack into whatever that is. Because in order to get the Zeus, I need to attack. And I think the Zeus is still better. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I deal piercing because of... I think the Thoroughblade. That's pretty nice. So yeah, now what I'll do is I'll go into Zeus and I'll have 3 materials. So now I'll be able to activate Zeus's effect up to 3 times. But I should probably get the Infinite Opponents first before I do it. And then if it gets too crazy, I always have the Zeus as backup. See, now I have 6 materials on it. That's pretty cool. So yeah, with this I already got like 5 Exceed Summons, I think. Now 6 with the Zeus. Oh no. Oh well, I still have the Zeus, so it's fine. Yeah, this is pretty cool because now I get to attach a material from my deck or hand. It's better if I attach material from my deck to it. So now I can get any material I want. I think I might as well go for the Ram though. I'll go for the Ram. Yeah, that's an effect that's not brought up very much, but when another card I control would be to serve a battle and opponent's card effect, I get to attach a material from this, from my hand deck or field. See, it doesn't matter if if my opponent has more plays. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna make sure it's on. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure it's on so I can get rid of both the token and the Moye. Should be able to, because it doesn't Synchro Summon right away. See, and now I can get rid of both of them. And my opponent concedes. So yeah. And I got 6 right there. So I got 6 Exceed Summons at least right there. So it's gonna... and I'm 10 away, so I only need to do this one more time. But I think I'm gonna instead show you basically... I'll show you my what I can do with my Paleozoic Frog deck. So yeah, there's not much of a change here, just that I need to replace the links and the fusions with something. So I'll just use this. I think the Paleozoic Frogs aren't too bad because of the addition of the Lord of the Heavenly Prison. It's such a nice addition. So yeah, I'll go ahead and replace this with 2 cards. Again, I could use Nibiru. I think maybe I will just replace it with Nibiru. Or maybe I could even go with Solemn Judgment, but I think I better do Nibiru, because I think Nibiru is a really nice hand trap. I mean, Ash Blossom might be the better hand trap, but Nibiru is still a pretty good choice. Oh yeah, I can add both anyway, so I might as well do Ash Blossom now. So yeah, I think I'll go with Ash Blossom and Nibiru as my 2 hand traps. So now I'm up to 8 hand traps basically, in addition to my control lineup. Not bad. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to change up the X deck a little bit. See, this is another pretty good deck for like going to Exceed Summoning. Eldritch isn't really all that great because the thing about Eldritch is the main one is ban. The Golden Lord. Yeah, I gotta put it on. Yeah, the Eldritch, the Golden Lord is banned. See? So it's not even worth playing without him. They really didn't like Eldritch, so like they just decided. At least like Paleozoic is like a pretty good control deck also. A lot of the control deck cards are banned, but like you can still play like Paleozoic frogs without like any of those. I don't really play them anyway, so like it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna also check out the Pot of Avarice, see if that's still available. Yeah, it looks like you can still play Pot of Avarice. This is still a pretty good card for Eldritch as well. Because they like tend to like put a bunch of monsters in the graveyard pretty quickly. So yeah, it's like a pretty good recycling tool. So yeah, let's go into so the rest of your Exceed package can be pretty much whatever you want. You definitely want Zeus though. Downer is still a really good card because Downer basically helps you get 4 materials when you're like going into a 2 material Exceed summon. Crumble Logo's not too bad. I'm just gonna basically play these. Shining Elf is actually, I don't know. Shining Elf is actually a pretty good counter to those Photon decks when you occasionally see them. Because like you can basically make one of the monsters like be less than 2,000, so now they can't go into the Photon monsters easily. And then there's a hand trap that prevents Exceed Summoning. But again, I think Nibiru is just better. And then also the Dust On, like there's like a Dust On trap that prevents one monster from being used as material for Exceed or Sync Summon. But I think like again, Nibiru is still just better. Like and there's decks that can get around that too. So but like not as many decks can really get around Nibiru. It's just such an impressive card. I'll go with the Gachi Gentensu. And then I think as my last card, maybe I could just do another Opabinia. And then that's good enough. So I'll show you how this deck does. I think this deck is a much better control deck than Ghost Tricks. It's a lot easier to pilot too. You always want to go first with this deck. I think like there's very few. There are decks you want to go second with, but I think for most decks like to go first. I think that's just how it is nowadays. I think in this case, since I have the Diamiscus and since I need discard fodder, I'll just go ahead and keep the Dewfrog in my hand. I think it's good to put at least one infinite impermanence over in a pendulum scale, because in case they set pendulums, you can like negate one of them. But I think I'll just put one in both for that reason. Okay. I mean, it may make it like obvious where your infinite impermanences are, but I mean, like usually people like. Okay, so I think I'm gonna say usually people aren't really placing them in like infinite impermanence columns anyway, so I don't think it really matters too much. So I think in this case, maybe I could banish this one. But I think I'm gonna wait to see what happens. I think I'm gonna wait to see what happens first. If my... Here, actually... You can discard one card, send one fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so I think now I should go for the Dynamiscus play. Because my opponent's going to have 0 cards in hand. So I better go for that. Banish the Mirage. I'll just discard the dupe. Cool. And now my opponent doesn't have the Mirage. Oh, I didn't realize that was a continuous spell. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the trap trick now. So this allows him to send a fiend from his deck to the graveyard. So I think I'll go ahead and do the trap trick. I could do it on the trap trick. I think I will. I'll just specify it right here. And now... Maybe I'll go for Ice Dragon's Prison. That's not too bad. That's a pretty good card right there. You can send one Inferno monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. I'll allow that. So my opponent does have a level 2, so I could use that level 2 as Exceed Summon material. Maybe I will, because I don't really have much. Unfortunately, the Opabina allows for any level 2 monsters, so I think I will do. Kind of have to waste it, but don't really have much. And this one says you can discard your entire hand. Yeah, no. I am... Actually, as long as I don't detach, I think I might be alright. Yeah, I think I might as well go for the Opabenia in a case like this. And I think I will put in an attack position. Okay, good. Now I can detach the Dynamiscus. Negating that effect. But now I can chain the Dynamiscus. Although I'm not sure if that was the right play. If I'm gonna be going into if I'm gonna be going into Zeus. Now I can only activate the Zeus once. I'm not sure. But at least I got rid of the one negate, so which could be good. I think I'll place it down and over here. Yeah. I could do it now so I can so I have the torrential, but I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm just gonna end. So that actually at least gave me 3 exceed summons. Yeah. So if I can just exceed summon one more time, that would be great, because then I can get that mission done. That might be okay, actually. I got an Ole Nordes, pretty good. I might as well not activate the Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Now I could put him in attack, but I don't think I will, because if I do that, then he's susceptible to Lightning Storm. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into battle with him still in defense. And I think I will put my Canadia and my Ole Nordes down. Because now I don't have to use the Zeus if my opponent simply does the Void Apocalypse. Because since it's a continuous spell, if I destroy it while it's still trying to resolve its effect won't be resolved. So it's kind of like I negate it with a spell of trap destruction. So now what I can do here is I'll go ahead and negate this. Yeah, because if I simply put it in defense position, face down defense, well, it will still be... Actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that because... Oh, well, it negates all of the effects. I should have done the Kanadi. I forgot that was for the other one where it puts in defense position. But it will still negate all of the effects. I should have honestly done the this other infinite permanence. But that's okay. I'll just do the Ole Nornes now to destroy the Void Apocalypse. I think I still won, nonetheless, which is nice. And I could go into please don't concede. I'll try going into one more Exceed summon. Okay, this is pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and do this. Okay, now I'll activate the Canadia. Which will in turn allow me to activate the Ole Noise Engrave. And then I'll just go ahead and summon that. What do I want to do? I think I'm gonna go ahead and could go for the Opabinia, but no, I don't think so. I'm just gonna go for the Totally Awesome, I guess. It's fine. I basically kept myself from being able to get game, but that's okay. I'll still keep the Arsenal Zeus in defense position though. Should be able to get game nonetheless. Now I have a negate up. I have two negates. It's pretty good. And I got all my Exceed Summon missions done. Should still be able to win, too. Might as well activate the Totally. And since it's being detached, it still goes to the graveyard, which is kind of nice. I'll go for the dupe, so now my opponent can only attack the dupe. And if it is destroyed, I get to add a frog to my hand. A frog with a different name, so I can just add my swap frog. Which is nice. Okay, looks like I won here. The nice thing about Lord of the Henley Prison is I can like keep activating him. So it can keep protecting my set cards until I can put him on the field. Which is actually really nice. So I can do the Swap Frog here and then I can get the Ronin. But I think I might as well go for a game because I got the Exceed mission done. So I might as well go for another Exceed summon here. I'll go for Cat Shark, I guess. Yeah, Cat Shark. Another Exceed summon for good measure. I'll detach a swap to target the Totally and give it double its original attack. And then I can activate the Ronin. Banish to special summon. And then I'll go ahead and I might as well activate this again. No reason not to. And then I can activate the swap effect to send another frog to my graveyard. I think I'll send a dupe. Then I can go ahead and Exceed summon into I don't know. I guess so. Phoenix. And then this will be game. It would have been better to target the Dagesso Phoenix with the Cat Shock, but it's okay. Because it gets to attack twice, and it would have been able to attack twice with double its original if I would have done Cat Shock. So that would have been 6,000 damage instead of 4,400. It doesn't matter though. I should still be able to get game. Granted, I should have probably summoned out the Ronin again in case I had to negate something, but doesn't look like I will. So yeah, I got the Exceed Summon mission done now, so that's pretty nice. And I'm on my way to 22,000 medals. Okay, I'll show you that I got the Exceed Summon mission done. I think I got all the missions done, maybe. Let's see, 30 of 30, 10 of 10, 30 of 30, 30 of 30, 20 of 20, 10 of 10. Yep, I got all the missions done. See how easy that was? And this to even more prove to you that that they do allow you to complete the missions by doing the festival. Because this wasn't completed before. Yeah. So that's a lot of gems right there. I got 1,540 gems. See, and then there you go. Completed the Synchro Festival missions. Now I just need to climb up to 22,000 medals, which I'll continue doing the Swordsoul with that. Okay. So now what I'll do now is I'll go over the next Bible verse. Again, it should be coming from YouVersion. Okay, here it is. Coming from YouVersion, yep. So, it says, whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did. That was 1 John 2:6. And how, and summary that YouVersion gives is, those who live in God should live like Jesus. Okay, so yeah. So basically what that's trying to say is that, like, if you're a Christian, you should try to, like, act as a Christian would, as Jesus would. So, and basically what that means is you should, like, do what he says in the law, like in his law, like he made some rules. Like one rule is to, like, tithe 10%, at least doing that. Like you can always do more if you want, but at least 10%. Another one of his rules is, like, to follow the commandments. For example, like obeying your mother and father, like not killing. Like a lot of them follow the traditional laws, but if you really, like, want to, like if you can't remember all the commandments, all you really gotta remember, like according to the Bible, like, is the two most important ones, which are, like, love Jesus and love other people. And then, like, you should be able to follow the commandments pretty easily if you do those two. So yeah. And then basically, like, so yeah, like a lot of the other Bible ties into this verse here. So yeah. And also, like, make sure that, like, you're, like, trying not to sin. Like it's impossible to not ever, like, make mistakes, but at least try not to, and, like, to try to catch yourself when you do. Yeah, etc., etc. If anyone would like to, like, elaborate more on this verse and maybe like say other ways that they're trying to live like Jesus, like feel free, or like what they realize that they need to work on. Like I think one thing I need to work on is like not getting like mad like when like I feel like the anger coming on, but not letting that affect the outside, because I think that just makes things even worse. And one thing I am doing okay in like living like Jesus is like doing good deeds like in with the internet, like putting my like the verses like these, like I feel is a really good way of doing it, a really simple way of showing love to him. So yeah. Okay, so now I hope you enjoyed the duels here and the Bible verse discussion as well. If you stayed for that, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider ringing that notification bell for regular content. And please leave a comment down below. It could be on something that was discussed here, or it can just be something simple like an emote. If you want to be given an idea of something you can comment on, it can be you can comment on, for example, like if you stick around for the card opening, which I'll be doing in a second here, you can say what your favorite card is. You don't have to explain why, just say your favorite card from the pack opening. Or you could say what was your favorite deck creation that I showed here that wasn't a loner deck. Or you could say if the Swordsoul loner deck was your favorite loner, then that's okay too. And if you want to discuss more replacements for any of the loner decks, feel free. Yeah. Okay, so now I'll go into the pack opening, so those of you who want to say what their favorite card is can. Okay, so let's do this. I'll just go ahead and skip here, just make sure. Gives myself time. Ooh, Dark Room of Nightmare is a pretty cool one. I like that. Elemental Hero. Heat is a pretty old school Elemental Hero card. I think this was one of the cards that Jaden used in the anime. Vortex Trooper, not a bad card. Centric Boy, BM4 Blast Spatter. I remember this was also a card that was like shown in the anime as well. 4-star Ladybug of Doom, Keldo, Enraged Battleox, 3 Amplicuda, Blade Rabbit, pretty cool. I got a foil of that. Crawling Dragon, Hurricane, Petite Angel, Lasso of Witch, Spiritualism, Token Thanksgiving, 0 Rock, Royal Surrender, Sealing Ceremony of Suton, Dealer's Choice. I could be mistaken, but I believe that 0 Rock was also shown in the anime as well. So, but I'm gonna say what my favorite card out of this pack opening. I think I'm gonna go with the Dark Room Nightmare because it's kind of a cool way to inflict just a little bit extra damage when you're like activating burn style cards. So yeah, you can let me know what your favorite card here is from this pack if you would like, and I'll hopefully see everyone in tomorrow's Master Duel Let's Play video.